Welcome to Writers Clinic. In today's episode, we look at the concept of telling and showing in writing of fiction. It is the desire of every writer to produce good, publishable stories. In this episode, I would like to look at one of the most important principles in writing fiction, the principle of showing and telling. This is a first rule in writing fiction, and this is for good reasons. In discussing this subject, I will freely draw from my experience as a writer of over 30 fictional works and as a teacher of creative writing. This should enable you to see the importance of showing instead of telling. So, what does it mean to show or tell in writing fiction? In telling, we use exposition, summary, and sometimes dry description in narrating the story. Unlike telling, showing uses action, dialogue, internal monologues, body language, characterization, setting, and other subtle writing tactics to pull the readers to the story. In writing fiction, it is advisable to make sure that we show more and tell less. This animates your story, makes it active and appealing. In showing, we help the reader to experience the story in an immediate way. Let us look at the following examples to illustrate how to show and how to tell. Take the following examples of showing and telling. It is possible to say, Kamau felt sad to see his girlfriend being buried. You can choose to show and write, Kamau wiped his tears down his face as he watched the casket bearing the remains of his girlfriend being lowered into the grave. You may also choose to tell by writing something like, the old woman carrying firewood on her back struggled to stand. Instead of writing this, you may choose to show and write, the old woman with a mountain of firewood on her back struggled to lift herself from the ground. So, using these examples, you notice that showing is more engaging than telling. Take the following example. He was happy. This is definitely boring, to say the least. You may choose to show by saying, a gigantic smile spread across Njeri's face, revealing well-arranged teeth, and her eyes lit up like the moon on a dark night. You may also choose to tell by simply writing, he felt sad. But you may choose to show by writing, she felt pain deep in her chest and walked away as her eyes welled up with tears. The rule is simple. Aim to show more than telling. This does not mean that there is no place for telling. I would say aim to show at least in 70% of the situations. In showing, you should aim to use strong proverbs and verbs. Take the use of the verb talk, for example. Depending on the action of the character, You can use the words rattle on, chat, gossip, or babble. So, use clear adjectives and nouns that invoke sensory details. You may need to describe how something sees, smells, sounds, tastes, and feels. Finally, in showing, you need to employ active dialogue. Dialogue helps in building of characters and showing the relationship between the characters. It shows the personalities of the various characters and invokes the right mood for the scene. On that note, we come to the end of the Writer's Clinic, in which we looked at two important principles in writing of fiction: telling and showing. On behalf of my crew, Neka and Pambi, I would like to welcome you to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.